Hello, my name is Oriel Poole. I'm a student at Drexel University studying interior design. I also have a minor in business administration. I love interior design. I love hospitality design. My entire college career has been geared toward being a hospitality designer. With, in addition to working as a designer and going to school as a designer, I've had work experience in event marketing and working in radio and also marketing promotions where I've had the opportunity to go to different bars and lounges within the city of Philadelphia. So Ma is a Japanese restaurant and nightclub. It's located on the waterfront of Camden, New Jersey, and it's a Japanese style restaurant not based on the cliches of Japanese design, but more along the lines of the Japanese culture and their approach to life. I'm fascinated by the culture because you go to some parts of the country where the architecture is very simple, people free themselves of clutter, believe in Zen and meditation, and then you go to a city such as Tokyo where the design is extreme. There's so many advancements in technology. Anytime I look at new images and articles in Japan, they're just always raising the bar in design and in technology. I'm blown away. So the venue is this idea of a juxtaposition between something that's very calm and tranquil versus something that's very progressive and avant-garde. The word ma came from Japanese style taiko drumming. It actually means to appreciate the space or interval between two beats of a drum. I really appreciate that because it aligns with my concept of this juxtaposing space of having two different extremities, and it's believed that if you can appreciate the rest between two beats of a drum, that you will be able to appreciate the sound of the music more holistically. The interior systems that I decided to use were the Hayworth raised flooring, which is actually allowing the floor to be lifted up 8 inches off the ground to allow for better air circulation and to permit for HVAC systems to be used underneath the ground as well as in the ceiling. Overall, it will allow for a better flow of air throughout the space. It will also allow for the use of modular components such as modular electricity and modular finishes. What's nice is that if perhaps a carpet tile gets damaged, it can be replaced later, making it more efficient over time. There will also be geothermal energy, which will be installed through tubing that's built underground to allow for HVAC, heating and cooling, as well as warm and cool water supply. This will also be coupled with radiant heating to allow additional heating in the VIP area where the VIP guests can have a little more controllability and more of a comfort type luxury space set within the restaurant. The electrical source that I decided to use for Ma was wind power. I was debating between solar and wind power because solar energy is very popular these days. However, it takes a lot of energy and a lot of money to produce a solar panel, and you need to make sure that the investment is worth the output. But due to the amount of sunny days that we get in Camden, New Jersey, it's more efficient to go with wind power, and it's also very easily accessible because the Pico Energy Company supplies it at a reasonable cost. I also decided to specify all LED lighting within the restaurant and the nightclub because it's very energy efficient. It has great controllability. You have a full spectrum of color, and the amount of hours it lasts is 15,000 hours or more. As far as the water efficiency is concerned, the bathrooms are very water resourceful. There is a gray water system integrated into the faucets and the sinks that actually store and filter, and that water is used to flush the toilets. In addition, there is water collection tanks outside that will also store additional water for the flushing of the toilets. All the toilets are low flow. They have dual flushers, waterless urinals, and electronic faucets so that people don't overuse the water when they're in the bathrooms. Additional systems I decided to use are the Mecha Shade roller systems that actually reduce the use of solar glare and solar heat gain, and they work to diffuse the light while reflecting the heat and allow natural light to create a soft glow in the interior. This will also help reduce the impact of energy being used to cool the interior space. In addition to that, all of the interior walls are constructed with EcoWall, which is a drywall alternative that requires a lot less energy to produce and is mold resistant as well as termite resistant. What you see now is an image of the floor plan. You start off, you enter through the main entry, and as you move to the left, you are in the main dining room. Toward the back is the VIP area. If you go back toward the entry, you'll find you can move toward the bar, which wraps into the lounge, and then toward the back of the space is the nightclub, as well as the bathrooms, which are more centralized. And here is the reflected ceiling plan. The first image is the first view that you would see within the dining room. It overlooks the waterfront. You can see the Philadelphia skyline, and above in the ceiling is a ceiling structure I designed to be reflective of the concept of Japan, how there's this juxtaposition, and it's actually a cove ceiling that's washed with a warm red and yellow light that helps to stimulate the appetite and increase the senses while people are dining. The second image you see is another view of the dining room where you're actually beginning to peer into the VIP area. The third image is a view of the VIP area. As you can see, there is a strong saturation of orange and yellow light. It's actually bioglass that is a textured wall glass, and it's been washed with LED lighting from behind. The carpet tile is made of recycled sisal from Interface. The fourth image is of the bar, and the bar wall that you see is a series of stacked slate, and it's been replaced with pieces of resin that are from the Fusion line of design text, and light transfers through it and creates this idea of random exposed light. Over to the left, you'll see a series of water fountains that are from floor to ceiling construction, and they actually shoot up a glass tube, go into the ceiling, and then the water flows down the outside, so it just looks like standing tubes of water. The idea is kind of centralized between the nightclub, the bar, the bathrooms, as well as the dining area, so that as people move throughout the space and transition into other areas of the venue, they can feel refreshed and have a large area of circulation. It actually helps to break the circulation and kind of refresh the senses. When you hear the sound of water, you feel more connected to nature, and it also reinforces the idea of a sustainable design. So the lounge image is more of a cave-like structure. The same ceiling that you see in the dining room is reflected in the lounge, except it's slightly different in that the soffit is contained within more of an oval shape, and the colors are more cool and restricted, more of a blue and violet. The lounge banquette seating actually curves, and all the seats are slightly different sizes to cater toward varying social dynamics. Finally, the nightclub allows for stage performers to play, as well as a DJ booth that will allow for prominent DJs to play throughout the night. Once again, my name is Oriel Poole. I'm from Drexel University, and I hope you enjoy the presentation of Ma Nightclub and Restaurant. Thank you.